Hi guys, welcome back to another video. This video is completely unplanned, and I've been going back and forth for the past few days as to whether it was even what I wanted to film, but I do want to be real on my channel, and if there's another mama out there who my story can help, I want you to know that you're not alone, because Lord knows I'm looking for that encouragement right now myself. This week was the week I was going to announce in an extra video that I was pregnant. I would have been 8 weeks this week and getting my first ultrasound. And at 7 weeks and 1 day, about 3 days ago, or 4 days ago, I miscarried again. It's been hard. Last time, it's definitely been different. Last time I was just so instantly sad and crying, and I was able to let everything out, let everything go. This time it's been harder. It's been different. I'm incredibly sad and heartbroken. But I haven't been able to cry much. A little bit here and there, but not a whole lot. This little baby would have been born in early December. At about 6 weeks, maybe like 5 weeks, 4 days, something like that, my midwife started running regular HCG tests because of my prior miscarriage to monitor my HCG levels to confirm that they're rising. My first draw was 174, and my second one 2 days later was only 218, which, if you know anything about HCG levels, you will know that that is not that like the amount was low, but also that they should be doubling in 48 to 72 hours, or at least rising by 53% to be a viable pregnancy, and that is not even close to doubling. And I got a message from my midwife. I was able to see my results on my chart before they contacted me, but almost within hours of the second blood test coming in, I had a message from my midwife saying that she wanted me to do a repeat, sent me another lab order for repeat in 3 days. And while they had gone up, they still had not gone up very much. And so for the past 2 weeks, I have been getting blood draws every 3 to 4 days to monitor. Last Thursday, 2 days ago was Thursday, so yesterday, no, it was on Friday. So a week ago yesterday, today is Saturday, I had an ultrasound. I would have been 6 weeks and 4 days by my cycle, but they couldn't see a gestational sac, neither in my uterus or in a fallopian tube. Thankfully, they weren't able to see one in a fallopian tube, and ectopic pregnancy would not have been fun. So the tech didn't seem too worried. She said in early pregnancy, it's a balancing of like 2 weeks. It can be off by 2 weeks. And Bruce was late implanter. He had slow rising HCG too, so I wasn't all that worried. The day of the ultrasound, I had some spotting, but that's all it really was like really, really dark red spotting. I'm sorry, this video is probably going to be rather TMI. So that's not something you want to see, then this isn't the video you want to watch. But the spotting continued the next day, but that's all it was. It wasn't even dark red. It was just super dark brown, dark red, like old blood, which is perfectly normal in early pregnancy. And part of me was afraid because I knew from all the pregnancy tests how early I found out that this baby did not implant late. I had my first positive at 7 DPO, like very, very faint positive, and I wasn't even sure it was positive, but a few days later, the next test was positive, like clearly positive. And this all happened the weekend, this all the days leading up to Easter. The kids did know. While it was early in the pregnancy, first everything appeared to be good. I wasn't having any spotting. So I wasn't having any spotting until I had the day of the ultrasound. And the reason we did go ahead and tell Nina is because I was showing. My abdomen puffed right up for like 4 or 5 weeks pregnant. It was there. It wasn't very big. It really just looked like I had been eating too much, but it was clear that it was going to be visible fast this pregnancy. So we went ahead and told her. And then less than a week later, I miscarried. Yeah, so Easter Sunday, I was still having some spotting. I called the midwife, and there's just no way to know right now. It doesn't sound bad. The HCG levels don't look good, but the amount of blood I was having didn't look bad. It just seemed normal for first trimester bleeding. Then Monday, I started having some slightly heavier bleeding, like early period levels, and I got really scared. Like, well, not really scared, it was kind of just like, I guess I had warning with everything that had been going on. Then Tuesday morning, I was taking Bruce up to the babysitter to go to work, and I started having some contractions. And nothing major. I mean, they were like early, what you would have in like earlier pre-labor, but they were still painful enough where at the height of them I had to stop and breathe through them. And I do remember having that with my first miscarriage too. I was back home by then. Instead of going to work, I just dropped him off. I was halfway there when I started, maybe more than halfway there when I started feeling him, so I just took him anyway. And then I came home. Dina had left for school, so I was by myself, and yeah, after I had the 3 or 4 contractions, everything just passed. And I didn't need the results of an HCG test to tell me that I had miscarried. So the following HCG test I had, the last one I had before the miscarriage actually occurred, was 6/18, and then the next one I had after that, which was when Thursday, 2 days ago, that would have been 2 days after, it was down to 68. And I've been taking like the little strip pregnancy tests daily, watching the HCG go down just to confirm that it has left my system and there's no risk of ectopic or anything remaining in my uterus. So that it won't be an infection. It won't give me an infection. But today is Saturday. It all happened on Tuesday, and I haven't been into work since. I am supposed to go in a few hours to work, just for a few hours this afternoon. And then we'll see how that goes, and if I feel okay, I'll start considering going back regularly. But right now it's so hard. The hardest part, I think, about this recovery, physically it's going fine, like everything's wrapping up, but I haven't been able to cry. This whole time, these past 4 or 5 days, I've cried a little. And I feel like I have to force it to come, but I feel like inside I just want to cry so much. I just want to release emotions, this sadness, just this deep, deep sadness I feel. I don't know. It's definitely been a few days of depression. I've been feeling very depressed. My husband's been handling it pretty well. Initially, he was very sad. He's been able to cry. He was angry. Not so much angry anymore, but he said he was just angry because he couldn't fix anything. My doctor has run tests to make sure. She ran some tests when it was a suspected miscarriage, and my hormone levels, estrogen, my progesterone, all those were normal for a healthy pregnancy. There's no evidence that there's anything wrong with me or that I couldn't carry a pregnancy. It's just a fluke of nature that I'm now miscarried twice. And there's nothing wrong with my husband either. Nothing wrong with him physically or his sperm, his boys. I mean, I know we're not spring chickens anymore. We're both I'm in my early 30s, he's in his mid 30s. But we've never had a problem getting pregnant. It's just staying pregnant that seems to be tough. And the way my midwife explained it is, as you get older, it can just be harder to get both a viable sperm and a viable egg. Everything ages, including our reproductive organs. So it's just going to be continuing to try. We're probably going to wait a couple months. No, we don't have to medically. I haven't been put on any restrictions as far as that goes, but getting pregnant right now would end the baby being born in the same month as Bruce, and getting pregnant next month would mean being born in the same month as Nina. Bruce was January, Nina's February, so... And then the following month we will be on vacation in my grandparents' home in Texas during my projected like the week I'm probably going to be ovulating if I'm calculating my cycles correctly. So that's not going to work. So it's probably going to be like another 3-4 months before we're able to try. And we definitely will then. I mean, we've definitely talked about it. We want to, and I'll give my body a few months to properly recover from everything and not just immediately get pregnant again. So we're praying. I'm praying so much for healing. Right now, I think the worst is just this feeling of depression. I'm feeling an incredible amount of anxiety around going back to work. I'm really trying to decide if I even do want to go in for even a few hours today, or if I just want to wait till Monday. I work in a job that's open 7 days a week, so I have to be available 7 days a week. And I know I've been gone for almost a week now, but it's a situation where my mental health, I feel, comes first. And being with my family, spending time with my kids, we've been doing a lot of that these past few days. Anthony came home when I called him on Tuesday, and he's left early a couple times since then just to spend more time with me, to be home with the family. So we're getting through this the best we can. I hope this might serve as some form of encouragement if you're out there and you've recently gone through a loss or repeated losses. Just know you're not alone. And it's not easy. It really isn't easy. It's never easy to lose a baby, no matter how far along you are. I mean, last time, my first miscarriage, I was barely 5 weeks when it happened. I was barely far enough along to classify as a miscarriage as opposed to a chemical pregnancy. This baby, I was almost 8. Well, I was 7 weeks on Monday. I'm almost 8 weeks now. Well, right now I would be like 7 weeks and 5 days, I think. Yeah. So I miss the little baby. And I'm sad. Come December, I won't be a baby to hold. Not yet, at least. But I do take encouragement out of the fact that there is nothing wrong. There's nothing we need to change or do differently. It's just a matter of continuing to try. That's pretty much just where I am right now. It's hard. It sucks. I am completely heartbroken. I miss this baby so much. I was so excited because I had so many pregnancy videos already filmed, and I was going to start a whole pregnancy series. And I know I'll get that chance when it's time. And maybe I haven't decided if I'll release any of the footage of when I found out, or telling Anthony or Nina, or doing, a pregnancy progression video. I have all those things filmed. And I was so excited to start releasing them this week. If that's something you might be interested in seeing, I'd love to just put together a video of all the just little clips of what I was going to break up over a few different videos. But yeah, I just want you to know, if you've been through this too, or if you're going through this now, you're not alone. Feel free to leave a comment, click like if you've been there, subscribe if you want to follow along in my journey, as we are getting ready. We will continue trying for another baby, and along in this mama's journey with her kids and homemaking and life. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate your support and the time you spend watching my videos.